Hello everyone, my name is Hope and you're watching Hope Harvests. Now, this is brand new to me, new to all of you as well, but I kind of wanted to, I've been fighting with myself back and forth on the past few days here of how to exactly go about like introducing myself or my channel or what I'm looking to do. And it's been kind of a weird process because I'm like, on one hand, I want to get into everything that I want to do and my intentions with what I'm doing here, what my goals are. However, there's a lot of fear when it comes to doing that, and I think that's not coming from a good place. Fear never really normally is. It's obviously an inherent reaction to anything hard or anything new that we are fearful of it because we've never done it before. So why would we feel confident in that? But fear is from a place of evil, and I don't want to live there anymore. I'm coming here today to tell you what my aim is with what I'm doing on YouTube and what I hope to do in my life and through the lives of others. But I was an addict for about 7 years, which is a very short period of time in the grand scheme of things, particularly when it comes to other people that I've had in my life or other previous addicts that I've had in my life have dealt with a lot longer term addiction, longer term abuse. And so coming from the very short span of time that I spent in that hard place, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about the world around me, particularly more so after the fact, which is what I'm here to do on YouTube. But my main goal here is to work through scripture from a basis of being brand new to this, and kind of disciple others that are on that same path. I am under the understanding currently that addiction is it's a monster, first of all, and that a lot of people dwell in that space. There's that once an addict, always an addict mentality, and I myself was one of those people. I thought that's where I had to be and where I had to remain in order to keep pushing and in order to realize that I needed to change. However, my boyfriend and my family and those around me made me realize that I don't need to live there anymore. God made me realize that I'm more than what I previously was, and he made me brand new. And that's what I want to give to you guys. Those that are pursuing hope, those that are pursuing a new way of life, a new way of living and being and existing. And I think that's what we all should do. I mean, that's what God put us on this earth to do, is to grow and be creative and to express ourselves and to keep pushing ourselves to new boundaries, and to new pastures. So Jesus is our shepherd. I'm merely a sheep. You're merely a sheep, but he's always going to lead us to greener pastures. And that's what I want to do here in this format. One of the main things that pulled me out of the rut that I was in when I was first bouncing back from my addictions was food. I've always loved food, and I think that yes, it can turn into a separate addiction in itself, but that's a whole nother thing. But I think that gravitating towards something that's going to feed your body, nourish your body in a way that you weren't for so long, that you were, you're putting all these substances in to counteract the anxiety, the fear, whatever it might be that you were pushing down. You were supplementing that by basically poisoning yourself, essentially. Whereas providing yourself with the proper nutrition, eating the right foods, eating the right foods for you and for your body and your makeup, and fulfilling yourself and nurturing your body by eating organic, fresh produce, by having a substantial diet and having access to those goods in the first place is a huge place to start. So one thing I'm going to incorporate in all of my videos is a verse or a piece of scripture in the very beginning that we can kind of delve in together. I'm very newer to my faith. I was Christian as a child, went to a Lutheran church, was baptized in the Lutheran church, went through confirmation and all that, and kind of lost myself, lost my relationship with God. It's never, I guess you're never truly lost, you just kind of drift away. And that was when the most challenge in my life kind of started, but ultimately it was all a lesson, and it led me back to him in the best way. So yeah, I think just starting from like more of an introductory stance on things, kind of something that's easy to understand, easy to digest, is going to be huge, and that's huge for me right now. My boyfriend and I are in Matthew and Proverbs right now, and that's been extremely helpful in guiding me and helping me to further understand why I'm here, what I'm doing, what Jesus did for us, what God has done for us thus far, and what he's going to do. And we are in Proverbs 11:27. It reads, "If you search for good, you will find favor, but if you search for evil, it will find you." Now, I think, I don't know about you, but it's pretty easy to understand for me anyway. Dwelling and living in negativity doesn't help you any which way, shape, or form. I mean, it's living constantly in a state of fear, worry, negativity when it comes to others, when your relationships, in your conversations, in your speech. I heard this once, I think it was at church, a sermon that the pastor did recently, but you cannot simultaneously live in a place of anxiety and be grateful. So there's always room for us to be grateful for things. Whether you live on the street and you have a backpack and a coat on your shoulders, or you live in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in your area and you have running water and plentiful food. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter what place of your life you're in. And I think it's important that we always turn to that while we are feeling anxious, while we are feeling down, while we are feeling depressed, while we are worrying, instead of dwelling in all the negative, all the things that we don't have. This can play into really any aspect of your life, but promoting positivity, promoting love, compassion, that's ultimate wisdom. I'm trying to achieve wisdom. I think we're all trying to achieve wisdom day in and day out, and we need to keep seeking that in the Bible and in the Word in order to achieve that. And that's why I implore you to spend at least 5 minutes of your day every day in your Word, in the Bible, seeking that wisdom, and ultimately living in that humility that you don't know everything. I don't know everything. No one knows everything. God does, though, and that's where we get it from. So yeah, I'm super excited for you guys to be along for this ride. Very, very nervous, and it's going to be a learning curve, like with anything. I'm so sorry about all the planes. We live near 2 airports, so that's part of this. But in essence, my name is Hope. We're in Zone 5A in Illinois. I'm going to be growing lots of food this summer. I'm excited for you guys to come along for the ride while living in the name of Jesus. We're going to do this together. Super excited to do this with you. Today we're going to be getting into a little seed haul. Purchased some seeds from Baker Creek or rareseeds.com. We got those in the mail. We're going to be doing a little remodel at my parents' house at the very end, so you guys get to see a little bit of that. That's just kind of something on the side that we've been doing, but my mom, for her birthday, she wanted her office space, her craft space to be done, and we said, let's do it, let's get it together, let's get it done for you in time for your birthday. But yeah, that's what's up today. I received this Baker Creek Rare Seeds catalog in the mail. I believe it was like late fall, early winter. But super cool. I had only ordered like 2 seed packets from them last year, and they still sent it out, which I think that's pretty normal, but super exciting to me. It's huge. It's super thick. So I was very excited to get into it, and kind of look at all that they had to offer. This doesn't even capture half of it, too. Their website has 10 times more seed. This is kind of just like their favorites or what they feel the need that needs to be shown. It's a lot of more rare specimens, but also like super prolific ones I have really good luck with. So it was really fun to like look through this catalog with my boyfriend, with my family, and just kind of see what there is out there, what we wanted to give a shot this year, and what did well for us last year, what they had to say about it. The descriptions are all super awesome. They show like areas they grow best in, what they taste like, different details about each specimen, and I think that's super helpful when you're trying to pick out what you prefer to grow that season. So definitely something to check out if you guys ever have an opportunity to look through one of their catalogs. I would implore you to do so. It's really cool to flip through regardless of the season. I'm going to be keeping this on my shelf so I can take a look at it next year. When they sent this package out, it had some almost looks like hand-drawn artwork. I know it's probably printed, but and then for this Chinese pink celery. Incredible. It says the world's most beautiful and tasty celery from ancient China. Super cool. All right, you guys, we're starting off strong with our beans here. We got purple teepee beans. They are a bush bean. Super excited to grow beans. We have not in the past, and we're going to be growing some in some pots on the side of our raised beds. Secondly, we got 1,500-year-old cave beans. These things are incredible. They're an ancient southwestern bean found by archaeologists. Then we got lemon cukes. These are supposedly sweet and mild. First time growing cucumbers in our garden as well. Super excited about that. They look really tasty, and excited to make some pickles with those as well. Next we have Filderkraut, which I am psyched about. It can be over 10 pounds, and it's a long season cabbage for obvious reasons. But yeah, we're going to be protecting our cabbage this year. We had a lot of issues with cabbage moths last year. We're also growing this cabbage, this Chinese cabbage, Hilton cabbage, more like a Napa cabbage. I love my kimchi, and this is a great way to make it. So super excited about those as well. Then we got some Yadfa Chinese broccoli. I'll be starting that ASAP. Didn't get any broccoli heads last year. Too hot, too quickly. We got purple dragon carrots. These are orange on the inside and purple on the outside. Super incredible and striking looking. Next, we got our kohlrabi. I got Blauerspeck kohlrabi. Grandma loves her kohlrabi. She likes to make it for us. Super excited for that again this year. We did get 2 last year. Then we got golden beets. These are more so for my boyfriend. He's a big beet guy. Great for heart health though. Alright, next we have our tomatoes. Always prolific growers out here. I got a blush tiger variety. Very excited about those. Those are probably going to be our like pop in the mouth while in the garden tomatoes, but look super sweet, super acidic. Should be really good. Then we got Sartre-Rolois tomatoes. I believe that's how you say it. They're supposed to be tangy and pineapple-y, so that's really cool. Looking forward to growing those. Next we have our girl, Queen of the Night. These are super prolific. Were super prolific in our garden last year. We grew a ton of them. Fantastic on sauce, in sauce, fantastic roasted, great in salsa. They're super reliable tomato. And then we got a free Alice's Dream tomato. What a blessing it is to receive free product, am I right? Next we have our peppers. Super excited to make lots of pepper sauces and salsas this year. First we got these free ones again, Jimmy Nardello Italian peppers. Then we got some Bacchino yellow peppers, which I've actually had at a restaurant. They're wonderfully sweet and tangy with a little bit of heat. Awesome pop to any dish. Then we got Sugar Rush peach peppers, which I'm super excited to include in our grow season this year. Again, for use in those hot sauces, just a little pop of color in some dishes. Got some Thai red chilies, of course. Those are a classic, particularly for some Asian spice. We got some blot peppers, which these are just basically a glorified, really colorful bell pepper, but I'm excited regardless. Then we got ahi mango peppers, and these are 25,000 Scoville, so pretty darn hot. Excited to see what those produce. And of course, banana peppers for obvious reasons. I love pickling these guys. They're great on pizza, great in really anything you put them in. All right, next will be our herbs and flowers. So I got some lemon basil firstly. Super excited to use this in some pesto as well as other applications. Next I got lettuce leaf basil, which holy basil. It's gonna be 3 to 5 inch leaves. It's a Japanese basil, but we were not able to produce much pesto last year. Got a few freezer bags full, but really want more this season. Then I got a limoncello lemon balm, which great medicinal herb, awesome for dishes and flavor. We got dandelions, some Japanese white dandelions, again, great medicinal herb. Excited to use that in some applications this year. Next we got some celosia. I think that's how you say it, but Plumosa glorious mix, so lots of colors there. Just looking for some color in the garden along with these marigolds, orange flame marigolds. Marigolds do really well in raised beds and are pest repellent, so that's great. And some chamomiles, Lottie Land chamomile for a tea. Again, another great medicinal herb. As well as the next two, we got some lemon bee balm. As you can tell, I love lemon. Don't care what it is. It's one of my favorite flavors. Love a little acid. And then some mullein, wild purple mullein, great medicinal herb, particularly for the lungs. All right, it's garden prep day. We're gonna start by clearing all the hay that we had protecting the last year's soil, and then bringing in all the new compost and soil for the garden beds. Let's go.
And this is Gerard. Everyone say hi, Gerard. Gerard, you need to exit the premises immediately, please. Thank you so much.
We just bought this soil at a local greenhouse to protect what we had in here. I'm gonna use a little bit of the remainder at the very bottom and just churn that into the rest of the soil, because at the end of the day it's still organic matter, so it will. Babe, there's a garlic coming up. There's a few. We thought, as you can see, that we had a bunny in here, so we thought it got eaten by the bunnies and the squirrels because they somehow are able to get in here. So I'm going to be very careful to not scrape that up. We did not think that this was going to happen. We literally thought that they ate it. So cool. You can see we have our little garlic sprouts coming up. We have a few of them. Right there, there. So exciting. So spreading compost and manure again on top of this layer of what's already in here is going to promote a little bit of heat, because we're still winding down from the winter time. Our last frost has not occurred yet, nor will it be occurring for probably a few weeks. I kind of just wanted to get out here and do a little something, wake up the garden a little bit. We had a 70-degree day a few days ago, so felt like now was a good time to do it. But yeah, that heat's gonna protect this garlic, as the straw was doing, the hay was doing, keeping that heat intact as well as protecting the soil. But yeah, we're gonna spread some compost, mushroom compost, some manure, and some new soil. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you, and I'll catch you in the next one.